Hey everybody out there, my name is Dragnix, and this is War the Game. Now, I'm not a fan of RTS games in modern day times in terms of, they just don't draw my attention usually. And so I have particular games that I go back to, Age of Empires 2, the old Command & Conquer games when I would have that RTS fix. But War the Game came out on Steam today. It's been out, I think, since 2011 on Desura, and it looks a little bit different, a little bit interesting. So it begins. So is it worth it? Is it worth it for you to spend your money on it? Unfortunately, at this time, I would say not a chance. Unfortunately, I believe the game needed a little bit more development and a little bit more hashing out before being released to the market, and I'm going to show you why. So right now we have taken over these two bases within Tehran and Baghdad here, and so we need to defend them. Make sure that they don't succeed in taking them. All right, so obviously I want to bring my defenses over. Okay, so left click on a unit, right click on them, bring them over. Let's start defending our bases. Let's just bring everybody over. It doesn't look like anybody's going to come over to Tehran here. In fact, we're going to go right at the enemy. Now, one of the things I think I have a problem with is the control scheme. So like, let's say if I want to select both these units. Okay, hold down shift. No, you actually hold down the button and you sort of mouse over both of them at this point, which to me is a bit weird. There's no box kind of mechanism in terms of, you know, using that at this point. The sound is getting louder and louder, and I've got it on like really, really soft at this point, which is also another problem. This sound is inconsistent. There's a lot of inconsistencies in the game, unfortunately. All right, so these guys are gonna start this battle here, and you'll notice this pie chart here. So I have a better chance right now. Oh no, nope, I didn't want that. See, again, part of the problem is that the control scheme is so weird and wonky in terms of the way that you're selecting your troops that you may end up making stupid mistakes. Like, I had a troop selected. Oh, I didn't realize. Because once you make a selection, it doesn't matter that. It'll stay on that selection. So you actually have to off-click on it in order to do something different, which is, again, strange. Now, you'll notice that the battle here is taking a little bit long. I have a slight advantage, luckily, but obviously, now that these troops have added in, they've got the advantage. All right, well, all right, come on. All right, now I can hit space to go a little bit faster here, and okay, that makes it a little bit faster. It goes up a day at this point, and you'll see my guys are taking care of those troops. You don't see a lot of interaction, unfortunately, and it hurts the game's aesthetic. The aesthetic looks cool and everything, but it just doesn't work for me. I mean, there's no connection between me and the action going on here. No sounds in terms of people dying or anything like that. You'll also get annoyed with this lady, the tutorial lady, and the sort of mission handler. So, the controls in the game really lack from the use of, I mean, you've got an entire keyboard in front of you, and it really boils down to a mouse and a space bar. That's it. Really. That's all that it uses. I don't know if this game was planned to come out on mobiles maybe first, and maybe that's why they did it at this point, but it definitely suffers from a lack of controls. Now, it looks like, oh, it's actually going to want me to go through this tutorial, even though I've done it a couple of times, because reasons. All right, repeatedly tapping on with the cursor on a unit in a stack, I can cycle between each unit of the stack. And I can hold them to get the entire group. I can hold it for a little bit.
All units of the same type are selected, i.e. all infantry.
Yep, see, but the timing here, let's go here. Look how much time you have in between the selections of the groups here. So I want to select my infantry only. Oh, nope. Okay. Nope. You see, it's really hard to just select the groups that you want in order for things to work the way that you want them to. All right. Yes, I know. Order groups. Double click to have them go at their maximum speed as opposed to the regular speed. And we're going to have these guys go after their troops here. You know, now you'll notice here that there's definitely an interesting component of the fact that I had a tank versus a set of infantry troops, and an infantry troop and then a fighter. Okay, maybe the fighter's a lot better than the tank? Not actually really. In fact, every unit counts for 1. And I mean counts for 1, as in, if you've got 1 unit of an armored infantry versus an armored unit versus an infantry unit, it's a tie, which to me doesn't make a lot of sense. Now there is a segment of the movement speed making a difference in the game, in terms of, okay, obviously it's easier for you to move with those units, but oh god, I gotta go all the way over here now.
This city generates several billion.
Okay, yes, the city, blah blah blah. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Again, the tutorial decides when it decides that it feels like talking to you, which is a little bit annoying. No, 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 no. Oh, and I won because I just went through the timing in question. Again, you feel like you're disconnected from the game, unfortunately, and that really hurts. But remember how I was talking about the tutorial portion, how it was annoying? Well,
balance of power.
It's more annoying when it doesn't give you the tutorials, and when it decides arbitrarily when they give you the tutorials. And so I'm going to show you the Art of War. I haven't beaten this one yet, probably a reason why. So Japan and Russia are invading China. They're planning to occupy Beijing. China wants me to prevent that at this point. Okay, sure. They'll pay me 200 million and 200 million for each star gain, aka can I keep my troops? All right, so let's take a bomber here. Okay, yes, they have an operational range. So I'm gonna have them bomb those guys. In the meanwhile, oh, you see, here's the thing. A bomber versus an infantry unit. Guess what? They're the same. Does that make any sense to anybody? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's me. Okay, so double click. And does that mean that I can attack? Oh no, they're on the same level again because... just because. Now, that's part of the problem, is the fact that it's unbelievable. It's supposed to be a realistic simulation of the game, but I don't see the realistic simulation. A bomber versus an infantry unit. Guess who's winning that battle? It's not the infantry unit. So there's a problem, but even more of a problem. Right now there's a lot of units on the board, and it seems like I should be doing something else with some of these units. Like maybe building my own units. Oh, I can. The game never told me that. Okay, so how do I build them? Oh, I need more money. All right, fine. I guess I'll have to wait for that money. And wait. And wait. And wait. You see, here's the thing. I'm not gonna have enough money in time here. Not at all. And then here's this.
Let's have a look at an example battle.
Remember how we've already had like 4 or 5 battles at this point, and we've understood exactly what's been going on in battles? It's just giving me the tutorial now on the numbers game kind of thing, so that the armor brigade is equivalent to the infantry brigade. I'm not understanding what the developer was thinking with the way that they implemented the tutorials, which are crucial in RTS games. When it's all based on strategy, you better explain everything that's going on. This game does a horrible job in that, and because of that, it's really hard to get into. Especially when, even when it gives you the tutorial once, you have to beat that level. Now you have an option in the menus to hush the in-game tutorial, but that's the entire thing, which obviously you don't want to do because you're gonna miss something big, like how to build units. Yeah, or sometimes it'll do a tutorial when you click on a specific building, but that can be really annoying as well. So, how am I supposed to deal with that? Well, I don't. That's the problem. What else is a problem in this game? Well, here's the thing. Games can be difficult.
Defending a city under their control double their combat performance.
I swear to God, I'm gonna be pissed off with this lady by the end of this video. I already am, but here's the thing. Games can be difficult. There's no question games can be difficult.
Left corner of the screen.
But this game in particular seems ridiculously difficult. In terms of, there seems to be one path to completion. That sort of strategy in terms of the gamemanship, in terms of, you know, trying something different, doesn't seem to work very well. Not at all, in fact. Oh, okay, now they're battling. Okay, again, the way that the game works, it's just, it doesn't interact with you very well. And with you not being able to interact with you well, you don't know exactly what to do with your units. Now, like there, up here, it's really hard to tell that they've got a slight advantage right now. Like, very hard. I can see the little segment. Now, is there maybe randomization on it? No, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose over time, and unfortunately that means that, you know, that it's gonna be a problem. Not only that, I've got a fighter here that can't actually attack anything, but now that I've joined in the battle, it's fine, I've got the advantage now. Why? I'm not exactly sure. So this game is not good in terms of telling the player what's going on and interacting with the player, and I think that's where I see it suffering in terms of it's not keeping my attention. It's really getting me in terms of, am I supposed to be really, you know, involved with this? I'm not involved. I'm not involved at all. And all the tutorials. So there's that. It's also very slow, and by slow I mean, yeah, we have that. You have that speed up option that I told you about before. I don't want to do this. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Hushing game tutorial. I'm sorry. I'm done with you. I don't want to deal with you anymore. So it's very, very slow. I feel like if I go forward in this game, that I'm gonna miss out on something, because I'm gonna miss out on troop movement, and there's no way to sort of take it back after it's done. And I've failed my operation.
Operation failed.
It is not the kind of game that I would recommend for an RTS fan, maybe a hardcore RTS fan,
So it begins.
because it is so so unable to give the information to the user that you just don't know what to do. You really, it will take you 10, 20 attempts to try to get through a level, and by that time you're done. You're frustrated beyond belief. Like here, okay, I can select Germany or France. Okay, fine. Now, as soon as I do that, these two guys from Germany will make a beeline for their location, as well as this guy will make a beeline towards this guy. I feel like there's a pause that needs to be gotten in here in terms of how to go forward with the game, in terms of, give me a second to strategize here, because obviously I'm not exactly sure what you're wanting from me at this point, but it's not anything that I can give you at this point. Now, I'm starting with a little bit more money in this one, but I know that based on what I need, the amount of time it takes to make a unit is about 7 days. By the time 7 days rolls around, not a lot can happen in terms of, or I'm sure, sorry, the opposite of what I meant. A lot can happen, and by a lot can happen, I mean, like, the game can be over, from what I see. All right, got that barracks. Capturing the barracks there, that's good. Also, there's a little bit, the menus that they do have in this one, like, the way that the menus work is just your mouse control. So you go left and right, which is just plain odd to me in terms of, well, can I use the arrow keys or anything? No, not really. So would I recommend this? Absolutely not. Not at this time, at least. Again, you have to keep in mind that I am an RTS, you know, not noob, but not a fan of RTS games. For people who love really strategic RTS games and don't mind a level of frustration with them, this game may work for you. And especially if you're willing to have a difficult challenge. But other than that, this game doesn't have a lot to offer to especially the novice RTS person. And even the advanced RTS person, I think, is going to suffer from this game. It's got a nice look. It's got this weird look where it's got the different colorizations really works for it. And it feels like if I put a lot of time into it, I may be able to get something out of it. But I don't have that time. I don't want to put, you know, 12 hours trying to figure out what's going on, 10 hours. I really do want a little bit better from the game at this point. Alright, so this is Dragnix signing out. I hope I give you an idea of what this War of the Game is. I know this is not like my normal videos in terms of the genre that I'm doing. I'm trying to be a little bit more out there in terms of what I'm looking at. And that's it. So this is Dragnix signing out. I hope you understand a little bit about the game, and just avoid War of the Game. That's my recommendation. And where is this music? This seems like really out of place for this. You know what? All right, we're done. Later. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have a chance, leave some feedback and comments below. If you liked the video, hit that like button. And if you want more content like this, hit that subscribe button. This is Dragnix signing off, hoping that gaming brings as much fun to you as it does for me.